Welcome to Eden Vale. If you like, subscribe and share. Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the recent letter written by Malehya Brooks Murray. If you'd like to go directly to the letter, I'll be reading it at timestamp 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's a 2-page handwritten letter where Malehya talks about being traumatized and devastated and thanks those that have helped for their compassion, which still shines even in the darkest times. She says she does have all the faith and hope that she will see them again, and says, quote, "Please do not be afraid to use your voice to help bring home Lily and Jack." I did notice there is no mention of Daniel in the letter, but she does mention the baby Meadow and that they miss the kids very much. Again, it has impacted their life is what she's saying, and it's extremely hard for her to keep going. Now, before I get started reading the letter, please help out by subscribing, liking the video, and share the video out to your social media. Also, please leave your comments down below, and remember to be kind and courteous to the other viewers who are also commenting on this video in the case of Lily and Jack Sullivan. Now let's get started with Malehya's recent letter. As a mother, I love my children more than life itself and feel so heartbroken not being able to hold my 2 children, Lily and Jack. Kiss them, breathe in their scent, or tuck them into bed, dress them, wake up to their sweet smiling faces. The longing I have for them to come home back to me is a greater feeling that I could never imagine feeling or put into words how I am feeling. There is not one single day, minute, or second that goes by that I am not thinking about my children. I walk into a store and all I see is the things that they love that I want to get for them when they come home. The candy they like, the clothes they wear, the toys they love, all I see is them. I so desperately just want them home, safe and sound, back into my arms where I will never let them go. I am truly traumatized, not being able to hear the sweet sound of their voices, their laugh when they would sing a Gabby's Dollhouse song that now only make me cry when I hear it, because all I hear is Lily and Jack singing along, not being able to breathe in their scent when I embrace them tightly. I don't want these moments to be memories. I want my babies back home, my Lily Mae and Jackie. The pure pain I suffer of just not knowing where they are has impacted my life and Meadows and now my family in the most devastating way. Life feels extremely hard to keep going. With no answers, it is just pure lostness, like I can no longer feel at home anymore. No matter how lost I feel, I have not ever given up hope that my children will be returned home to me safe and sound. I have all the faith and hope I will see them again. Please, anyone with any information, no matter how small, please come forward. Please do not be afraid to use your voice to help bring home Lily and Jack. Even the smallest details are crucial. I am so incredibly grateful and thankful for all of the ongoing efforts, of the RCMP, Major Crimes, Search and Rescue, and Please Bring Me Home, PBMH, brackets PBMH. The RCMP Major Crime Unit and Please Bring Me Home will continue to investigate, and they need your help. You can share tips anonymously at pleasebringmehome.com or contact the RCMP directly. I will never stop searching for my children until they are found and brought home safe and sound. Someone somewhere knows something, so please help bring my babies home. To the incredible volunteers, searchers, investigators, and compassionate strangers who have stood beside us, thank you. Your tireless dedication, your prayers, your time spent combing through the woods and yards, sharing photos, and refusing to give up, you and the hope my children will be home and my youngest daughter are the reason I hold strength and keep going. You've shown me that love, kindness, and compassion still shine even in the darkest times. Everything you've done has not gone unnoticed. Thank you, deepest gratitude, Malehya Brooks Murray. All right, so it is a very sad letter, and I'm sure that she is devastated. She did come across in that video that we do have of her as being very emotional, and we find out from Belinda that Malehya is a very soft-spoken person. Belinda said that she was a very good mother for that reason.
We come back out and I wanted to see Malehya again. I assumed she was in shock. She was very, very non-emotional, very just flat, monotone. But Malehya's very soft-spoken anyway. That she's not usually excitable. I thought that's made her a really great mom. She was an excellent mom. She never raised her voice at the kids. That it was always, now Lily, what did Mommy say? And I used to think, now if anybody's meant to be a mom, it was her. A part of me still feels that.
Why only a part of you still feels that? What do you mean?
After seeing the place, seeing the condition of the home, it was like the total opposite of what I knew of Malehya. She was always clean, very clean about herself, about the kids, about her home. This home looked more like a camp. Now, I don't know if it's from all the people that were there, because I didn't show up till the day after. But it was very unkempt. I was pretty surprised.
I love you.
Lily is, she was my little dream girl, that the first granddaughter. And I loved that she had the brown hair and she had a space between her teeth, which I had when I was a kid. So yeah, she was our little princess. Jack was such a sober, serious little baby that he didn't like to smile. You could tickle him and he would look at you ever so serious, like he was really studying you.
So I don't know exactly what is going on in this case. I don't know what happened once she ended up with Daniel, if possibly things became quite hectic. We do hear that there are drugs in this case. There is that element that comes in to the whole situation. So there is the possibility that life had been spiraling out of control. We don't know exactly what was going on, but I have noticed some major red flags. Some of the words that she uses, for example, traumatized, that she is truly traumatized. She says, I am truly traumatized, not being able to hear them, not being able to hear. And she says to hear again. She repeats in the letter twice for some reason. I don't know if that's an indication of something, but she does repeat twice, saying to hear, the sweet sound of their voices. And I get the feeling that that's true. They are so sweet. When you look at the photos of Lily and Jack, you can see that the kids were loved at some point. I don't know what happened towards the end with hearing about CPS. I don't know exactly what the issues are with that. It's possible that it might come out through some other information, maybe possibly from family members. But yes, she does say that she's traumatized, and she talks about pain and suffering, being devastated, and the most devastating way where she feels it's extremely hard to keep going. Now, I really do hope that Malehya is going to find some strength and that there will be a good resolution for this case. But as far as the story that had come out, the possibility that the kids had been taken to a reserve with her extended family, it just seems that that is not panning out. Nothing has come of that story that came out from one of the relations of Daniel. Darin, I believe, is the guy's name who put that story out, that possibly Malehya had pre-planned this and that she had the kids taken, possibly with the help of someone, and that the kids are still alive at a reserve taken away from Daniel, and that she had planned to leave as well. So I would have to ask in that case, why didn't she just leave ahead of time and take the baby and the kids and bring them to family? Bring them to the extended family. It just seems a little bit odd. And now at this point, it is very serious, where it is also a criminal investigation, where the major crimes unit has come into play as well. And she is thanking them in this letter. So I have the feeling that if that was the case, that she had snuck the kids away and sent them to be with her extended family at a reserve, that by now Malehya would have actually come forth by now to the RCMP and major crimes to let them know, hey, this was pre-planned. I wanted to get the kids away safely, and they are on a reserve. But unfortunately, that has not happened. Instead, what we did see is that they made plans, and they did come to fruition, where we saw they brought in the cadaver dogs from other provinces. They had to, I think, fly them in, those dogs, to do another search. Possibly the kids are somewhere hidden. And so that is what the RCMP, the detectives, ended up doing. And I'm sure there hasn't been much talk about that whole story about the kids being taken away by Malehya, but I'm sure that the Major Crimes Unit looked into that very thoroughly because it would be so easy to do. And I get the feeling that if the kids had been taken to a reserve, it's the kind of thing where it would leak, where somebody would have seen them, somebody on the reserve would have heard something, there would have been talking, and by now it would have leaked out, someone would have done the right thing and given a tip so that the detectives, the police would know, hey, the kids are fine, they're at so-and-so location, they're at a reserve, and by now it would have been discovered. So let me know what your take is on that. Is there any of you who are still hoping that the story is true? Are you buying that story, or can we put that to rest now? Let me know what you think.
I'm just staying as hopeful as possible. I want them home. I want to hold them. And I want them home. What happened was we woke up, I heard them playing in the next room beside us, and I was drifting in and out of sleep, and they're not the type of kids that we tell them not to go outside on their own. We always make sure that we're out there with them, watching them, and they happen to just get out that sliding door, and we can't hear it when it opens. And they were outside playing, but we weren't aware of it at the time, and the next thing we knew, it was quiet, and we get up, and I tell him, my partner, Daniel, I tell him, do you hear the kids? And he says, no, and we get up instantly, we're looking outside, we're looking everywhere, yelling for them, and I instantly just call 911, I just had the instinct I needed to call. They're both really go-lucky children. They're so sweet. They talk to anyone. They'll talk your ear off. They will speak to anyone in a store. Everyone. They're just extremely sweet kids. I appreciate the huge search effort going on right now. But we've been pushing for an Amber Alert, which hasn't been issued. Not just that they could possibly be abducted, which it is a possibility that they could have been, but just an alert to let everyone know that they are missing. We had people text me saying that they weren't aware someone else let them know that they were missing, and it would just be nice if everyone could be alerted. We thought maybe that we found tracks, but it's still uncertain. It's been raining and they're probably soaking wet, but with the sun today, I'm hopeful that they are feeling warm. We're all filled with pain and sorrow because we just want them found. We want them home. Everyone loves them. They are definitely verbal, and they do have possible autism, but it's not extreme autism. It's just they have issues with school, and they don't catch up with the other kids. I just want to remain hopeful. But there's always, in a mother's mind, you're always thinking the worst. Last night was one of the worst nights because I didn't have them in their beds. And I don't want to go through that another night without them.
My heart tells me these babies are gone. My heart tells me that. I am the grandmother of Lily and Jack. I am the grandmother on the biological father's side. My son is Cody Sullivan. He's not in jail. He's never been out west. He does not have a criminal record. And right now he's living with me. He has been for 9 months.
How did you find out that Lily and Jack were missing?
The mom of my grandson called me. We were in town. She asked if I heard the news. She sent me the article that was on Facebook showing the kids missing. I couldn't call Malehya yet, so I waited till we got home. And I called, well, I didn't call her, I texted her. And she told me that, yes, that the kids were missing, that they've been missing since this morning. I was in a state of panic, shock. But in the back of my mind, I kept saying, well, they'll find them. I mean, I'm assuming that they'd find them. So I told her, well, we'll head out first thing in the morning and help with the search. It was around between 3 and 3:30 in the morning. A couple of cop cars pull into the driveway. The lights wake me up. That I'm a fairly light sleeper, so I see the cars pull in, so I knew what it was. So they come inside. They only stood in the kitchen. They wanted me to wake Cody up, and they wanted to know when was the last time he had seen the kids, and that they were just making sure that the kids weren't here. And then they left. So we showed up Saturday morning, me and my sister, and we met up with my daughter, and we started, well, I asked Malehya, I said, Malehya, I said, you know your kids. Nobody knows their kids like their mom. Where do your kids normally go to play out in the yard? What direction do they usually like to explore? And she said, well, they always play up in the little woods right on the side. I said, well, okay. I said, we'll start from that point and we'll work our way out. We had spoken to a search and rescue, and we weren't allowed on the other side because that's where they were searching at the time. So we just started combing through the woods up through there. We were gone for a couple of hours. I'm yelling for Lily and Jack. We always called Jack Jackie Boy. And yeah, that went on for a few hours, but those woods, I started to feel that I can't see them being in the woods. There's trees everywhere. You literally have to climb over trees, climb under bushes. It is really, really thick. We come back out and I went in to see Malehya again. I assumed she was in shock. She was very, very non-emotional, very just flat, monotone. But Malehya's very soft-spoken anyway, that she's not usually excitable. I thought that's made her a really great mom. She was an excellent mom. She never raised her kid or her voice at the kids. That it was always, now Lily, what did mommy say? And I used to think, now if anybody's meant to be a mom, it was her. A part of me still feels that.
Why only a part of you still feels that? What do you mean?
After seeing the place, seeing the condition of the home, it was like the total opposite of what I knew of Malehya. She was always clean, very clean about herself, about the kids, about her home. This home looked more like a camp. Now, I don't know if it's from all the people that were there, because I didn't show up till the day after, but it was very unkempt. I was pretty surprised.
I love you.
Lily is, she was my little dream girl, the first granddaughter. And I loved that she had the brown hair and she had a space between her teeth, which I had when I was a kid. So yeah, she was our little princess. Jack was such a sober, serious little baby that he didn't like to smile. You could tickle him and he would look at you ever so serious, like he was really studying you.
And so how long were your son and Malehya together?
3.5 years, I think it was, yeah. I thought they were the picture-perfect family. Then Malehya started to tell me that they were having problems and she wasn't happy. She told me that she wasn't happy and she thinks she's going to leave. And I told her that we supported whatever she decides, that one good parent is way better than 2 broken ones.
And then how did that change your relationship with Lily and Jack?
I thought it was going to change, but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't change. Malehya, she was a sweetheart. Anytime we wanted to see the kids, she'd come by for a visit. She'd bring them by all the time. It was actually really, really good.
So when was the last time you saw the children?
1.5 years, almost, really, it's about 1 year and 9 months.
How did you deal with that?
Really, to be honest, maybe I didn't deal good enough with it. I looked at the fact that when her and my son separated, my son walked away. He chose to walk away. That she wanted sole custody of the kids. So she petitioned the courts for sole custody, and when she did that, he said he was done.
Were you ever formally questioned?
Yes.
So then it's about a month after Lily and Jack are last seen that they come and formally question you.
So it's about 3 weeks. They questioned Cody for an hour and a half in the vehicle, and then they questioned me for 2 hours in the vehicle.
How did that feel to you?
I didn't mind. I mean, to me, I expected, I'm the grandmother, so it wasn't a surprise to me. I'm assuming the sooner they do all that, I wish they would have done it sooner, that the sooner they can move on. So I didn't have a problem. My son was a little upset about it. He said they made him feel like he did something wrong, and he said he hadn't seen the kids in 3 years. So he was a little upset about it, that he said that they really come at him hard. They wanted to know what her favorite color was, and he said, they were babies when I seen them last. He said, she was just learning what she wanted to figure out to eat. I don't know what her color is. So yeah, he was pretty upset.
Have they ever talked to him again since then?
A couple of days ago, they had contact, and they told him that they weren't looking his way anymore, that everything was fine.
And have they ever given you any information?
No, it's always the same thing.
Which is what?
They've got everybody on it. They are looking at all avenues. They can't divulge any information that could compromise their investigation. It's the exact same words.
Why are you so sure they're not in the woods?
I have children. I have grandchildren. And I see what kids are like through the woods. There's no reason for any child to wander deep into the woods. There's just not. I think somebody hurt these kids. I think somebody hurt them.
You don't sound very hopeful.
No. Our last day searching on Monday and seeing the woods and seeing the searchers and everybody everywhere. There's no way those kids are in the woods. There is nothing more pure and innocent than a 6 and a 4-year-old. And they deserve so much better than what they got.
Leave me your comments, remember to subscribe, and please share this video to your social media to bring more attention to this case. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. Also, come on over to Patreon. It's free to join, and it's another way to stay connected and stay in touch. You can reach out to me in the links below and let me know which cases you're most interested in, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Hope to have you back real soon. Bye for now.